Hi, this is James Everyman. Welcome to this journey of fitness and wellness. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. I'm going to make a seafood salad that I've never made before. Back in the day, in another life, I used to be a seafood manager. One of the things I took great satisfaction in was my salads. So, for these purposes, I'm trying to substitute out mayonnaise and salad dressing. If you ever want to get your metabolism the way it should be and you want to get your fat burning going the way it should, one of the things you got to do is purge out all the omega 6 fatty acids from your daily food intake. That means seed oils, mayonnaise, and things like that contain seed oils. And I'm making this seafood salad today, and I'm substituting out all of that for some other things. And this is why I'm doing this. I want to show how you can take something that you usually made and you have one kind of component in it that isn't conducive to your health. You can swap out another that is, so that I can get kind of a new experience here and a new way of making things that hopefully is going to have a better flavor. Now, when I do something from scratch, something I've never made before, one of the things I try to do is I try to replicate the textures and the proportions of something that I've already done. And then, and this is one of the things I like to always do, I'm going to adjust. This is not like baking where after you've baked a cake, you can't really adjust it too well after that. When you make salads like this or other kinds of foods, you can. So one of the things I do with seafood salads, when I'm using like canned seafood, whether it's tuna or the salmon, I try to drain as much of the fluid out as I can. So you don't want to have watery like salad. So we're gonna let this drain out pretty well. And I like to go with the bones and the skin when I make salad. I don't take that out of there. I just go ahead and eat it. So we're gonna get all that fluid out, almost all of it. We can have a little moisture in there, but it can't be soggy wet. So we're gonna let that drain a little bit. Now I'm gonna add the tuna. So what I like to do with the tuna, leave the lid in there and I squeeze it down like this. Just press it on out of there. Now, one of the things that mayo adds is fat, and so that has to do with the consistency of how the salad ends up. So along those lines, this is something I'm adding that you may not have ever seen added. This is actually cod liver, not cod liver oil, but wild caught cod liver. And it has a lot of vitamin D. It has some health benefits. And if you've ever had like pate, it's along those lines. The actual cod liver is there. Now, it doesn't have that kind of flavor you might be used to when you just took cod liver as a child. When you get it like this, it's a fresher seafood kind of flavor to it. So I'm gonna add a couple cans of that. It's gonna add some flavor and it's gonna help to replicate that texture that salad dressing or mayo would have. Like I said, it adds a lot of vitamin D. It's something that I'm living in the Midwest. It's cloudy a lot of the time, especially in the winter months. And so sometimes we get deficiencies of vitamin D even around here. So Okay, that's our seafood base. It's all in there. I'm going to crush that up a little. So between the cod liver, the salmon, and the tuna, it's going to be relatively moist. And like I said, it's the fat in the mayo that gives it a certain texture. So we're working to replicate that. So another thing I'm substituting for the mayo is going to be this avocado. And what I'm going to try to do, and I always try to do this really, instead of measuring it out like in some set way, I'm going to keep mixing it in until it looks like it's about the texture I would expect with the mayo I put in. And surprisingly, it's already getting relatively close. So that was about 2 pretty ripe avocados. I just smashed them up. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here. This is really, texture-wise, getting close. I think that's going to be about what I want. We still have some other ingredients that are going to kind of balance that out, but this is much closer than I expected it to be already. One of the things that mayo has is some acidity to it. So I'm going to add just a small amount of lemon juice in there. And I like the tanginess the lemons add. I add that to a lot of things I do. No, this is really getting a result a little better than I expected, actually. So also I'm going to add mustard. Try to do that with my salads. I don't know if it's coming across in the camera, but the texture is rapidly getting there. This is really getting really close texture-wise. Of course, we're going to try to adjust the flavor a little bit at the end. And I'm going to add some ketchup. It's got vinegar too, and it's going to add some tanginess. This is unsweetened ketchup. Consistency is not a problem. I was afraid it might be. It's getting really close. It's about there. Now I've got a few spices I'm going to add. This is celery salt. This is thyme. It really smells good. We got a little basil here. add this. This is some sweet relish. It's going to give me some of that tanginess that I lost without the mayo, and I really think we're there. Don't want to add too much. And if I ever make it again, I might even change it up. But I think I'm going to get a satisfactory kind of result here. Alright, here we go. I'm going to taste it and see if I feel like I need to add anything to it or if it's good the way it is. I think we're going to add a little more salt. A little more celery salt. And I'm going to add a little more relish. Definitely consistency is right on. And just looking at it, I wouldn't even know there's no mayo in there. So let me taste a little more. I'm going to put a little more ketchup. And just a very small amount more of this relish. And I'm fairly confident I'm going to have what I want now. Get one more clean spoon so I can taste it. Yeah, that is good. Okay, no mayo. Definitely good though, definitely tasty.